A rough thought rips through the stillness of dawn, clawing at your chest. Yesterday's failures are painful. Tomorrow's unknowns appear like storm clouds. In the constant movement of life, car horns blaring, kettles ringing, screens flashing with endless requests, your mind is a furnace, molten and furious, shaping your world with every pulse of fear or glimmer of hope. An ancient Buddhist truth strikes, sharp as a blade. Your thoughts don't just reflect your reality. Build your world. Let anger or doubt engulf you, and they will weave a life full of thorns, as heavy as the darkness of wood. But cultivate insight, kindness, and courage, and the darkness will vanish, revealing a path lit by possibility. In candle-lit rooms and on their morning commutes, people are waking up to this strength. Their hearts, steadying each breath, feel the heat of this moment, the weight of the thoughts raging inside you. Enter their flow and discover how to create a meaningful life, starting right from the beginning. Now, mind is the heart of reality. In Buddhist practice, the mind is considered the source of all experience. Dhammapada, a treasured text, declares, "All that we are is the result of what we have thought." The mind is everything, and this teaching, shared in meditation halls from urban monasteries to rural retreats, invites us to see our thoughts not as fleeting whispers, but as sketches of our reality. A single thought, kindness or cruelty, hope or despair, spreads outward, coloring how we see the world and how it reacts to us. Think of your mind as a garden, the soil fertile and ready. Every thought is a seed you plant. Sow gratitude, and you will reap moments of joy. A smile from a stranger, the warmth of shared laughter. Sow resentment, and the ground will harden, sprouting thorns of disappointment that pierce every step. This is not just a metaphor. Science reflects this wisdom. Our brains adapt to the thoughts we repeat, forming pathways that shape our emotions and choice. Positive thoughts strengthen connections associated with calm and resilience, while negative thoughts deepen grooves of stress and insecurity. In a bustling city meditation group, you might meet two people facing the same challenge. The bus is late on a rainy day. One person was angry. His thoughts kept spinning. "This always happens. I'm late again." Delays become a burden. Their shoulders are tense. Their days go sour. The other person takes a deep breath, notices the pattering of rain on their umbrella, thinks, "This gives me a moment to stop." They come to work with a refreshed, undeterred spirit. The bus is late for both of them, but their minds are intertwined with different worlds. This is the gift of Buddhist practice, the power to choose how we embrace life's moments. Training the mind begins with awareness. In Buddhist communities here, whether in a cozy temple or a virtual sangha, students learn to observe their thoughts as clouds drifting across the vast skiway. Through mindfulness and meditation, we step back and observe without clinging. This isn't about forcing positivity. It's about seeing clearly, planting nurturing seeds, and gently pulling out harmful ones. The silent alchemy of thoughts. Every thought carries a spark, an impulse that shapes your emotions and actions. In the soft light of a meditation room, where incense swirls and cushions line the floor, you learn that thoughts don't just pass by. They linger, leaving traces that build your life. When your mind is consumed with fear or self-doubt, the world becomes small, each challenge a wall too high to climb. But when you anchor your thoughts in gratitude or trust, that world opens up, revealing paths that before you only saw as obstacles. Think about a morning in your own life. You wake up to an inbox overflowing with tasks. If your first thought is, "I'll never get over this," then stress will set in. The coffee spilled out, and it was a disaster. A coworker's comment hurts you, and it's personal. By evening, you are exhausted, convinced that the day has been cursed. Now imagine a different beginning. You wake up, stretch, and whisper, "I'm grateful for this new day." Your inbox is still full, but you tackle one task at a time. The spill is just a moment. The comments are just words. The day wasn't perfect, but it felt lighter, because your thoughts wove in a lighter story. Buddhist practice teaches that the mind is like a river. If left unchecked, it will flow strongly, creating pathways of anxiety or anger. But with mindfulness, you guide its flow, directing it toward clarity and peace. Most of us live without awareness, repeating old stories. I'm not enough. Things are never okay. These are not facts. They are habits, inculcated by repetition. Meditation offers a way to stop, to recognize these patterns without getting carried away. Sitting on a cushion or park bench, you observe the thoughts that arise, judgments, fears, hopes, and let them drift away, like leaves on water. They are not friends. They are just guests. In a suburban temple, practitioners can gather to practice gratitude, each sharing one thing that brings joy that day. The smell of fresh bread, the giggles of children, the quiet sunrise. This simple act will reshape the mind, guiding it towards abundance. Compassion is also a foundation. By being kind to ourselves and others, we quiet the inner critic that whispers of failure. These practices don't clear away life's storms, but they teach us how to dance in the rain, finding balance no matter the weather. The weight of negative thoughts are like snakes dropped into still water. Each one ripples, stirring up voices that cloud the mind. Buddhist teachings remind us that suffering is born not from what happens, but from how we hold it. In a quiet retreat center, nestled among pine trees, a teacher might share, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. When life brings loss or disappointment, we often cling to it, replaying the moment in our minds until it becomes heavy, a burden we carry long after the event has passed. Think back to a time when your feelings were hurt. Perhaps a friend's harsh words during a tense lunch. The conversation lasts a few minutes, but your mind stretches it out into hours, replaying. Why did they say that? What did I do? Each loop tightens your chest, beats on your peace. The words are true, but the pain comes from holding on to them, refusing to let go. This is the mind's trap. It amplifies pain by weaving stories around it. Our brains are biased toward negativity, a trait from our ancestors who sought out danger to survive. Today, that instinct remains, urging us to focus on the wrong things, a missed deadline, a frown from a stranger. If left unchecked, this habit will exhaust us, increase stress, cloud our sleep, and cast a shadow on the brightness of our lives. But practicing Buddhism brings freedom. Mindfulness allows you to catch these thoughts as they form. During a community meditation session, you can learn to stop, breathe, and notice, I'm feeling angry. Instead of nurturing it, you let it pass, like a breeze blowing through an open window. A monk might describe the mind as a cup of tea. Stir in worry, and it becomes gloomy, hiding the insight underneath. Set it down, and the sediment settles, revealing the calm that was always there. By observing negative thoughts without judgment, you loosen their grip. They don't disappear, but they lose their power to define you. This is the essence of liberation. Not a life without suffering, but a mind that moves gracefully through it. Mindfulness, rooted in the present. Life happens in the present, but our minds wander, chasing yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's fears. At Buddhist centers across cities and small towns, mindfulness is taught as the art of coming home to the present. It's not about quieting the mind, but about waking up to the moment. The warmth of the teacup in your hand, the rustling of leaves outside, the rise and fall of your breath. Mindfulness transforms ordinary things. At breakfast, you enjoy the crunch of toast and the sourness of orange juice instead of scrolling through emails. Walking to the store, you feel the sidewalk under your feet. Notice the changing colors of the sky. instead of thinking about a work call. These actions, although seemingly small, bring you into reality, where peace reigns. In a crowded urban sangha, practitioners can share how mindfulness calms their day, listening fully to a colleague, breathing in a tense moment, finding joy in a child's doodle. Meditation is the anchor of mindfulness. In a sunny meditation hall, you sit, spine straight, eyes soft, focused on your breathing. Thoughts surface, grocery lists, old arguments, and you ease back into your breathing. This is not about perfection, but about practice. Each return strengthens your presence, like a muscle that grows with use. Science confirms this. Mindfulness reduces stress hormones, increases concentration, and elevates mood. But its deeper gift is freedom. You stop being pulled by every thought, every emotion. You become a calm, steady center in the whirlwind of life. Mindfulness is not limited to mattresses. Wash the dishes, feel the warmth of the water, the smoothness of the plate. Drive, pay attention to the road, the grip of the wheels, without drifting into anxiety. During a temple workshop, you can practice mindful listening, giving a friend your full attention. No phone calls, no planning a response, just present. These moments weave a profound life, where even the mundane shine through. Stories of change, lives changed through practice. Buddhist teachings come alive in the stories of those who live by them. In meditation groups from beach towns to city apartments, ordinary people share extraordinary journeys, proving that change starts from within. Here are 5 lives touched by mindfulness and meditation, each a testament to the power of the mind. Lila's path to overcoming anxiety. Lila, a nurse in her 30s, carries anxiety like a shadow. The night shift stressed her out, her mind racing with what-ifs. What if I miss something? What if I don't keep up? Exhaustion seeped into her days, straining her marriage. A colleague invited her to a temple meditation class, where she sat restless, not expecting anything. The teacher's voice is gentle. Just breathe. Be aware of your thoughts, but don't chase them. At first, Lila's mind rebelled, dancing with her fears. But week after week, she taught. She learned to pause during a busy shift, take deep breaths, let her worries drift away like a cloud. At home, she listened to her partner with new patience, her heart open. Lila still faces stress, but it no longer overpowers her. She walked more lightly. Her smile was a silent victory. Marcus's salvation from anger. Marcus, a carpenter, has a quick temper. A dropped tool, a customer's criticism. Little sparks flare into rage, leaving regret in their wake. His daughter's wary eyes cut the deepest urging change. At a community center's mindfulness workshop, he learned to recognize the first flash of anger, a clenched set of teeth, a racing pulse. Sitting by the lake, he practiced, inhaling, feeling the heat, exhaling, letting it disappear. It's hard, like taming a storm. But slowly, Marcus found the space to choose. When a job went wrong, he stopped, reacting calmly, surprising his crew. His daughter noticed that she hugged him more comfortably now. Marcus's temper had not disappeared, but he held it gently, a fire that no longer burned. Elena heals pain. Elena, a librarian, suddenly lost her father. Pain engulfed her, each day a fog of sadness. She avoided the pain, afraid that it would break her. A friend took her to a Buddhist retreat, where a teacher talked about sitting with pain, not fighting it. In a clearing in the woods, Elena meditates, tears falling as she embraces the memory of her father. Feel it completely, the teacher said, and let it be. Over the months, Elena learned to embrace her pain like a fragile bird, not clinging to it or pushing it away. She began writing letters to her father, pouring out her love, finding peace in their imaginary conversations. Elena's sadness is still there, But now it is lighter, intertwined with a quiet, happy life. Jamal's displacement. From emptiness. Jamal, a graphic designer, pursues success, new clients, bigger products, but feels empty. No accomplishment can fill the pain inside. At a city Zen monastery, he heard about impermanence. Nothing lasts forever, but everything matters. Meditation became his refuge, a space to sit with the emptiness he had been running away from. He noticed small joys, the breeze on his face, the sound of a friend's laughter, and they grew, filling the void. Jamal has redesigned his life, prioritizing time with loved ones over endless hustle and bustle. His work flourished, but it was his presence, calm, steady, that others noticed most. He found enough, not in more, but in the present. Sophie awakens to joy. Sophie, a college student, feels trapped in self-doubt. The classes overwhelmed her. She told herself, "I'm not smart enough." A meditation group on campus introduced her to loving kindness meditation, sending compassion to herself and others. Sitting in her dorm, Sophie whispered, "I hope I'm kind to myself," her voice shaking at first. Gradually, she believed it. She studied with curiosity, not fear, and her grades increased along with her confidence. Sophie's doubts still whispered, but she answered with kindness, her laughter a song of freedom. These stories resonate in sanghas everywhere. People facing anxiety, anger, grief, or emptiness find light through practice. They show that Buddhist teachings are not distant ideals, but living tools, accessible to anyone willing to begin. Meditation, a refuge for the mind. Meditation is the heartbeat of Buddhist practice, a refuge where the mind finds rest. In the stillness of a temple or the quiet of your bedroom, you sit. Your breathing slows. The world fades. It's not about avoiding life, but about facing it fully, clearing away the dust of worry and distraction to reveal the clarity underneath. Imagine your mind is like a snow globe, your thoughts spinning with each shake. Meditate to let the snowflakes settle, each breath a step towards stillness. A simple exercise. Sit comfortably, eyes half closed, and watch your breathing, in, out evenly. Thoughts will wander, to dinner plans, to old regrets. Pay attention to them. Smile gently. Return to your breathing. This dance, repeated over and over, will build a mind that is always present, even when chaos calls. In a rural retreat, practitioners can walk mindfully, each step a meditation, heels, arches, toes anchored to the ground. Others chant Om Mani Padme Hum, the sound of a river bringing them to peace. At home, you can write in a journal, thoughts spilling out onto paper, a liberating meditation. Science proves meditation reduces stress, increases concentration, and heals the body. But its real magic lies at the heart. It frees you to live with your eyes open, your heart open. Even 5 minutes a day will change you. Lila meditates before her shift. Marcus by the lake. Elena in the garden. Jamal at dawn. Sophie in the dorm. Their lives prove it. Meditation is not for saints. It's for us, messy and human, searching for peace. Practical steps to a clear mind and whole heart. Transformation happens every day in small intentional actions. Here are ways to weave Buddhist wisdom into your life, each a thread in the tapestry of peace. Start with breathing. Start the day with 3 slow breaths, setting the intention. Today I will meet everyone with calmness. This will anchor you, like a compass, for the hours to come. Enjoy gratitude day. Every night, write down 3 gifts, a kind word, a blooming flower, a warm blessing. In a temple circle you will share these, voices interwoven with joy. At home, they are yours. Rewire your mind for abundance. Protect your mind. Choose what goes in. Books that lift your spirits, music that soothes, friends that lift you up. Limit heavy news and overshadowing rumors. Your mind is a garden. Please take care of it carefully. Release what is beyond you. When life gets in the way, traffic jams, other people's moods, breathe, accept, take action when you can. In the meditation hall, you will bow your head to what is going on. In life, you flow like water around a rock. Meditate briefly and regularly. 5 minutes of breathing or a steadying mantra. Application instructions, soothing comfort. But all you need is you, present, alive. Consistency is more important than perfection. Nurture relationships. Spend time with people who bring joy, challenge growth. In the Sangha, you will hug, laugh, listen. At home, be that light, some kind, thoughtful, whole. Question. Old story. Listen to your inner voice. I am not enough. Ask, is this true? In meditation, you will see that it is just a thought, not the truth. Rewrite. I am learning, growing. Find stillness. Pause every day. In nature, with tea, in silence. The sound of the temple's gong calls you back. Life rushes to pull you away. Choose pause where clarity blooms. Move with awareness. Walk, stretch, garden, feel every movement. During a retreat, you will sweep mindfully. Sweep with a prayer. In life, every step can sing. Weekly reflection. Sunday night, ask yourself, what lifts me up? What was holding me back? Adjust not with judgment, but with curiosity. Like a gardener pruning a plant to grow. This is not a rule, but an invitation. Lila's breath, Marcus's pause, Elena's tears, Jamal's joy, Sophie's kindness, they all live inside you, waiting to bloom. Conclusion. Your mind, your path, your peace. The sun sets, staining the sky with a fleeting yellow. You sit, breathe gently. Open your heart and realize your mind holds the key to your life. The teachings of Buddhism, alive in the temples and hearts here, point the way. Thoughts shape reality. Mindfulness grounds reality. Meditation clarifies reality. Challenges will come, as happened with Lila, Marcus, Elena, Jamal, Sophie. But with practice, they become teachers, not tyrants. Let's start now. Feel your breath. Express a gratitude. Let the worries drift away. Every action is a seed. Plant it in the garden of your mind. Care for it carefully and watch it grow. A life of purity, compassion, and unwearying peace. The path is yours, and it begins right at this moment.